I can't even hang out with my thug friends anymore because we'll be smoking together and then they like to say cool thug shit, but it'll also hurt my feelings a lot of the time. They get real dramatic when they hit the joint and be like, man, dog, you know, when I think about it, all my real friends are either dead or in jail by now. I'm like, give me back my weed, man. Changing my Hulu password, too. That's for my real friends. I got like my suburban friends, too, but they're like college kid, preppy type people, very cocky. Like, they can never answer questions by saying yes or no. They always gotta say stuff like, you know me. That's weird. That is the strangest way to answer a question. Talked to my buddy James. I was like, yo, James, a couple weeks ago, we were hanging out at that bar, and you seemed to hit it off with that one girl, and I've been meaning to ask you, did you two go home together? He was like, Ralph, you know me. You know me. I was like, dude, she's been missing for like 13 days, man. I don't know you at all. My educated friends are trying to get me into politics more. They're like, man, you don't ever see these immigrant stories on the news and get upset. You know what I mean? Because our parents were immigrants. Doesn't it make you mad the way they treat people? I was like, I don't watch it, but I mean, I'll try. Because I get it. Everybody has something to be offended by, you know? Like, and I want to be a part of my people. I want to find something to get offended about. I want to be mad. I was watching all these different political channels, but I couldn't care much. Until I started watching CNN. They were doing this special on China. And now I started getting a little offended, right? It caught me. The first thing that caught me, 80% of Americans don't trust President Xi Jinping. And I don't think that's true, because I don't think 80% of us knew China had a president. Called my buddy Peng, because he's from China. I was like, yo, you guys have a president in China? He says, no. He said, it's more of like a chairman position. I was like, oh, well, I don't trust him. And then I just kept watching. He said, the biggest threat to our country is the country of China. And that's where I got mad. Because China has not only clothed and fed me for the last 20-something years, but after every meal, they give me a little message of inspiration. China's my biggest threat? No. I'll believe they're my mom before I believe they're my biggest threat. They start pressuring me to vote a lot. I don't like that either. I miss being a little kid, getting pressured into more human things, like gangs, drugs. You knew which one was dangerous. But with voting, you can never pick a right side sometimes, you know? You think you know, and then somebody comes out of the shadows with some hidden facts that they read online. It's hard to know what's true or not. You'll be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go Democrat because I heard they got a good health plan. They're like, no, yeah, they do. It's a good choice. And then out of the shadows, somebody pops up like, but also, they eat children. So, oh. Okay, I don't want that. Let me check out the Republican side. And you get the facts on them. Oh yeah, they got a good budget plan. They're really trying to fix up the economy. You'll like it. And then out of those same shadows, somebody pops up with like, but also, they're the ones who purchased the children. Like, I'm good on kids, man. I'm good. I do want to vote. I do want to. But honestly, I want to do it for bragging rights. I feel like one day there's going to be a badass president who legalizes all sorts of cool things across the country. Like mushrooms, weed, prostitutes. Not saying I'm just going to go indulge in all of these, but I would like to think if, you know, by some circumstance I find myself sharing a legitimate blunt with a legal prostitute as we file her W-9. In that moment, I want to be like, you're welcome, by the way. I voted, I did this. Like, It's just scary. Like, you really do gotta get informed, man. You can't just make a snap decision. Like, I'm 25, but I don't feel like I'm old enough to vote. You know, like I want to pick a president, but at this age, like I'm still learning how to pick good mechanics. I got my wheel alignment the other day by a dude who guessed the price off the top of his head. I just pulled in. I was like, "Excuse me, sir, how much is it for a wheel alignment?" He was kicking my tires. I just looked at him like, I don't know either. But I went with him because he seemed trustworthy enough. But my car drives more crooked now than when I gave it to him. I don't know much about cars or politics, but I do know this. I do know that sometimes people running for office scare me for the same reason that mechanics scare me. Have you ever noticed people who run for office talk about the country the same way mechanics talk about your car? They're like, "Can I fix it?" "Yes, but I got to take it apart from the inside." Really? It's going to take me some time, especially because, look, I don't know if you saw this, but the guy who had it before me, he really fucked this up. It's good to be here in Chicago. I like it. Chicago, man, y'all don't play about your money. There was a homeless dude on the corner playing the saxophone. He had the little box for the tips. I was dancing to the saxophone, but I never tipped. He stopped playing. He was like, "You ain't gonna tip, you ain't gonna dance." Like, dang, city's tough. But it's been cool, man. Chicago put me in a good mood. I was in a bad mood when I came. The other day back home, I got pulled over. And I wasn't moving, though, so I didn't think it was that fair. I was parked. I was parked in a parking lot. And then this cop just pulled in behind me and lit me up. But honestly, I was like, damn, he's good. Because I was just about to start speeding. He's 2 steps ahead of me. He's gonna make detective. Bitch ass car. I felt like he was messing with me a little bit, because I'm just sitting there in the parking lot, right? And, you know, he rolls up on me, he knocks on my window. He's like, "Hey, you've been in this parking lot for quite a while, and it's starting to look suspicious. Why are you just parked here?" I said, "Sir, this is going to sound a little crazy, but the dude who invented parking lots, this is what he wanted us to do with them." Yeah. He didn't really like that little joke. I was like, "I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You should get in your car and try it out, man." Yeah, he didn't really like that little joke. Like, I don't think he was racist at all, but as I said that joke, I could see any love he had for Latins just depleting in his eyes. He started asking me if I was high. I don't like to smoke weed and go out in public, so when cops ask me things like that, I don't even get nervous, you know? But this time, I was pretty high. To give you an idea of how high I was, like, I couldn't even focus on the officer talking to me because there was some lady in the parking lot walking around screaming out for somebody named Rocco. She was like, "Rocco, Rocco, Rocco," to the point where, like, I don't know what the cop was talking about. I was just like, "What's going on with Rocco? Why is he not answering? Am I Rocco?" He was like, "Hey, pay attention." He was asking me if I was on drugs or if I had drugs. But I don't know, like, the way he asked me made me feel like maybe he's looking to party. I only say that because cops have an official way of asking things, like cop lingo. They're like, "Hey, are you under the influence of any drugs?" Do you have any substances on you? Things like that. But he didn't ask like that. What he did is he's right here at my window, right? And then he hits one of these. He goes. And then he licked his lips. He hit a mean ass P. Diddy's ass. He goes, "You do cocaine?" I was like, "I've never tried it, but if you have some, I'll try it once." He was asking me for my ID. But look, the whole reason I was in this parking lot was I borrowed my cousin's car to go to the store. And when I got there, I realized I forgot my wallet. So then I just, sat in the car, killed 20 minutes on Instagram before driving home. The whole reason that this cop approached my car was because after he had seen it parked there for a while, he ran the tags. And when it came up under my cousin's name, it showed that my cousin has a warrant out for his arrest. And like I said, I don't have my ID, man. And you don't know how hard it is for a Hispanic dude in a 99 Impala to convince a cop his name is not Carlos. I was like, "Sir, I'm not this thug you think I am." I was showing them my emails from Banana Republic. If I was Carlos, you think I have banana points? Come on, man. I was like, "I'm not Carlos. I'm Rocco, maybe. I don't know anymore." But yeah, I don't even smoke weed that often, man.